Eyes up, Guardians. The fan review of Destiny 2 is straight ahead. Destiny 2 has finally landed, and by my account, it has done so in grand fashion. With a number of tweaks to the formula that made 2014 Destiny such a hit, Bungie has produced a game that feels both like an old friend and a new but very welcome acquaintance. Although don't be deceived, Destiny 2 is its own standout title that in the opinion of many is even better than the first. An obvious improvement in Destiny 2 are the graphics. During my playthrough, I experienced no odd graphical glitches and no pop-in. Although, when switching gear or adding shaders to armor, it does take a bit for the new look to load in, but it's not really that big of a deal. What really catches you off guard is just how gorgeous and dynamic Destiny 2 is. I always felt like original Destiny colors never really popped. The different worlds always just looked lifeless and barren. And maybe that was what Bungie was going for, but it never looked appealing. However, that is not the case with Destiny 2. It seemed like everybody that I would party up with would say the same thing as we explored different planets. Damn, this game is pretty. And it is. The colors are vibrant and bring life to the whole game. Each world's palette delivers on the tone set by the story and the reasons that you are there. The music only deepens those themes with its varying tracks. The score for Destiny 2 is what really cements certain moments in my mind. From early in the game when you first realize you are powerless and have lost everything, all the way to the end with imposing pounding of what can only be described as war drums that underlie a cacophony of strings, creating what may be some of the most epic boss music ever. All this comes together to do what is, for me, the greatest achievement that Destiny 2 has wrought, and it makes it stand above its predecessor from day one. It has a story, and it's good. Gone is the tacked on, unresolved, emotionless tale. Here Bungie flexed its storytelling muscles and showed us a colorful and well-voiced cast of characters as they have to reevaluate what it means to be a guardian without their light, or to be someone who's never had light at all. Bungie also presents an antagonist that has a motive and is more than just a placeholder for an in-game bullet sponge. Destiny 2 shows us a human side to the story that perfectly balances all the bravado of its gunslinger, space cowboy roots. So it looks pretty, sounds pretty, and can spin a yarn, but how does it play, you're asking? Well, if you like the first Destiny's gameplay, then you're in luck, because the fast-paced Twitch gameplay of run-and-gun adventuring is still there. The controls are still smooth and fairly intuitive. Each class now has a new subclass and a new skill. Titans can throw up a new shield, Warlocks lay down a buff circle to either heal or increase damage, and Hunters have gained a nifty dodge roll. However, these slight changes don't make up for the fact that by and large, character development feels very much the same as Destiny, and besides the super abilities that subclasses grant, all classes feel very similar, which was always something that frustrated me about Destiny. Bungie had a chance to add variety to classes or maybe add a whole new class, but instead kept the same boring character builds. There are certainly still chances for Bungie to add a new class in future expansions, and there are even some pretty plausible fan theories online of things Bungie has already hinted at for a future class. How accurate any of those fan theories are is quite debatable, but hey, a Guardian can hope. The strike playlist hasn't seen any real changes. Obviously there are new strikes and they're quite a bit of fun to play with some friends, but the bosses still feel very much like large bullet sponges with little to no new mechanics incorporated into the fights. The Nightfall Strikes are really where things get interesting though. For the uninitiated, a Nightfall Strike is a weekly event in which they take one of the normal strikes and make it more difficult with stronger enemies and bigger health bars. On top of that challenge, the Nightfall Strikes also have a special parameter that make it a bit more tricky. So far, the first two Nightfall Strikes have had a rotating damage buff, which makes an element do double damage for a short time, while the other two elements do half damage. Also, both Nightfalls have timed events where killing enemies or jumping through rings would extend your time. If at any point you run out of time, you fail immediately. Some people don't like the timer. They feel like it creates a false sense of difficulty, and I can certainly see what they mean, but I still disagree. The timer adds franticness to the whole endeavor of running in Nightfall and makes you approach the task from a completely different mindset. What mobs can you skip? What switches have to be hit? Who has their super up, and how do you group the enemy up to get the most clear from your super? For the nerd in me, it's exhilarating. Of course, Destiny fight mechanics were always at their best with the raids, in which a fire team of 6 Guardians take on the massive challenge of battling imposing bosses with complicated callouts and strategies required to take down said bosses. As of writing this review, the first raid of Destiny 2 has not launched, but when it does, you can be sure we will cover it in depth. I think the thing I'm most excited about in Destiny 2 is the built-in clan support. You see, way back in the yesteryear of Destiny, you had to go on different looking for group websites or create your own clan page. While this wasn't the end of the world, it was a chink in the armor of Bungie and their goal to create a large, welcoming community. The proverbial ball had certainly been dropped. Enter Destiny 2 and its clans. The new clan system allows you and your friends to earn new rewards for doing different events together. The more events you do together, the more clan XP you earn, which can unlock clan levels. At every new clan level, you unlock new perks for the whole clan, like more glimmer and a chance at more engrams. Plus, you get a nifty clan banner and a call sign to rep your clan. When you open up your inventory screen, clans have their own special tab that track who's online, how much clan XP you have contributed that week, how far you are from leveling the clan, and your unlocked clan events for the week. Overall, the clan system is still pretty basic, but the possibilities are endless. The rest of the changes in Destiny 2 are subtle things. The loot grind is still very much there, but it feels less like a burden in time sink because of all the things there are to do. The cosmetic shaders of the game have received some criticism as they are one-time use only, and the only way to get them is through microtransactions and random drops from bright engrams. It would be nice if you could use your glimmer to buy shaders you've already unlocked, which would solve the shader problem and give you something to actually spend your glimmer on. The Crucible is still there, but now matches consist of 4 Guardians instead of 6. You can only pick between casual quick match and competitive quick match though, which is frustrating that you can't select the actual game type, just the level of competition you want. Overall though, the Crucible feels good. The maps are well thought out and have great detail, and the games feel less chaotic with the drop to only 4 players. As a standalone title, Destiny 2 is a fun game that mixes multiple genres into a finely crafted experience. Taken into consideration as part of a much grander franchise and story, it is an excellent example of how a game can be built upon and improved while still maintaining the integrity of the source material. If Destiny 2 is any example of how Bungie can improve game after game and expand and build upon such a vast world, then I can only say that I am going to be a Destiny fan for life.